get things rolling. So stand by and welcome to today's Paradigm Shift Circle. So here we go. Aloha, and thank you everyone for joining in once again to another Paradigm Shift Circle. Today's discussion topic is what makes your heart sing. My name is Brendan, aka Mystic Spider-Man, and these Paradigm Shift Circles, we do these every Wednesday at 4 p.m. EDT. They're voice-only facilitated conscious conversation that we do by participating through our Discord server. So if you guys are listening to this in the future, either on YouTube or on Spotify, please feel free to join into the Discord and participate in future circles. We have new topics every week. And again, the intention here of these circles is to be able to create a space where we can practice listening to our heart, practice sharing our truth, practice being able to just have these conscious conversations that are going to inspire us and bring us together as a community. So we'll get things rolling in the next little bit. And again, thank you to those of you tuned in on the Discord. If you guys want to be able to raise your hand, go ahead and do that now. We'll just get things started by just going over some basic introductions for the circles, and then we will roll through into the topic for today. So all the links that you need for the Discord and everything like that are in the info for this video on YouTube. So for those of you on YouTube, do me a favor, drop an 1111 in the chat, just to confirm that things are coming through loud and clear. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to click the link in my profile, tune in on YouTube now. And Serena, I can see you raising your hand, so we'll bring you on momentarily. And I'll just start off by just doing some basic introductions. So thank you everyone for joining today's Paradigm Shift Circle. Before we get started, here are a few guidelines and reminders. Paradigm Shift Central Circles are an intentional sacred digital space created to host inspirational conscious conversations to nurture our spirit and build community. Circles are sometimes recorded, this one is. At the end of the circle, a screenshot will be taken to show the names of those in attendance, but you are welcome to opt out of that if you wish. We will let you know beforehand when the screenshot will be taken. Please respect the instructions of the facilitators of the circle. Please respect the intention of the space. Please respect your fellow members. You are welcome to simply listen in or to speak in the circle. To step on stage and speak in the circle, please use the hand raise button and wait to be brought on stage by a facilitator. Once on stage, please wait for the facilitator's prompt to speak. If you are already on stage and wish to speak next, please blink your microphone by clicking the mute and unmute button a few times and wait for the facilitator's prompt. Circles generally go up until the top of the hour. We will conclude with gratitude at 5 minutes to the hour. Please tell your friends and invite others who may be interested. If you have not already, please feel free to check out the Patreon, where you can join as a member within our community and get involved with further events and access to exclusive events and benefits to support you on your path. And thank you so much for joining, contributing, and enjoy today's Paradigm Shift Circle. So before we get started, I'm just actually going to bring on Sierra, and then we'll just make sure your microphone's good, and then I'll just jump in here real quick, and then we'll pass it over to you. So Sierra, we're just going to bring you into the circle. So when we bring you up on stage, just go ahead and we'll just test your microphone. You can just say hello real quick, and then we'll go around from there. So Sierra, as we bring you up on stage, just giving a moment here. Sierra, just go ahead and say hello. Make sure your microphone's working.
Hello?
Yep. Okay, cool. We can hear you. So cool. All right, Sierra, you can just switch your microphone to mute, and I'll just kind of practice getting things rolling, and then we will pass it over to you. And again, anybody else who is in the Discord, if you guys would like to be able to raise your hand, go ahead and do that at any point, and we will bring you up on stage as we go. So today's topic, what makes your heart sing? So I really like being able to explore this topic, and this topic really goes back to a conversation that was had with me way back in the day. And this phrase that someone passed on to me, someone who really had an impression on my life, they basically said to me, follow what makes your heart sing. And so with this conversation, this is an opportunity for us to really be able to reflect on what does that mean to us? Not only what does make our heart sing, but what does it mean to make our heart sing? So when we talk about the phrase making your heart sing, for me, again, that's kind of a phrase to be able to say kind of like follow your bliss, follow that which excites you, follow that which inspires you, follow that which creates like a resonance within your being, follow that which nurtures something within your soul, something that almost like taps into a deeper part of your destiny, follow something that really opens your mind to a curiosity that may be bigger than what you have previously known. So for me, I'll just practice listening into this moment and listening into my own heart as I practice sharing what makes my heart sing, and then we'll pass it over to Sierra shortly after that. So again, with this discussion, I really want to be able to create this discussion to be able to practice cultivating the inspiration, and for each and every single person here, I hope this nurtures the spark within your heart as well. And together we'll all sing these beautiful songs together within this collective collective universe, this collective verse, this collective song that we are creating. So for me, what makes my heart sing as I just take an opportunity to breathe into this moment. There's a lot of things that make my heart sing, and I think for myself, the times when I get really excited about life, there's I think immediately of just moments of being in love and moments of being in love, both in terms of like a romantic sense, but really being able to be in those circumstances, in those situations where I'm in an intimate moment with people who I genuinely care about. And this can be friends, this can be romantic lovers, this can be family. Because I think for myself, when I'm in those situations where I really allow myself to not only see but to be seen, I think what makes my heart sing are those genuine moments. And so, there's many things that you can think of, like, oh, what makes your heart sing? It's like you could really approach that from a variety of perspectives. You could lean into more of the kind of like the materialistic and be like, what makes your heart sing? Like, winning the lottery makes my heart sing. Yeah, like, of course, yeah, maybe it does, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for me, I find at the end of the day, what really makes my heart sing are those individual meaningful moments. And those moments can also be moments with people, but also moments with my surroundings, with nature. For me, what makes my heart sing is watching a sunrise, watching a sunset, being able to kind of like look up into the sky and see a bird soar across the horizon and just kind of like connect to it in that moment. I think for me, what makes my heart sing is when I am present, when I am purely in this moment to a point where I'm really able to really connect into the magic of it. And when I'm connected to the magic of it, I realize that that magic is something that is not just specific and localized to a single moment, but it's actually something that permeates through many moments. So for me, what makes my heart sing is knowing that there is this ever permeating magic throughout this reality, and to know that I am a part of that magic. So there's a lot of things that make my heart sing: creating, inspiring others, holding discussions, making art, playing hockey, doing gymnastics, parkour, things like that. And giving hugs and all of those things. There's no limit to the things that make my heart sing. And again, in the process of being able to explore this question, I really invite each of us to be able to do this as well, for you to be able to reflect, well, what makes my heart sing, to become aware of that, and then perhaps also to become aware of how you can begin to cultivate more of that within your reality, and then also to be able to see it as a call to action, to be able to reflect on how can you go out of your way to be able to help others, to be able to help assist others in making their heart sing. And together, when our hearts sing, where is that leading us to? It's leading us to an awakening of consciousness, an opening up of more of who we are. So Sierra, I'd love to be able to invite you to be able to share next. And again, this is all just practice, so you can practice listening to your heart and sharing a little bit about what makes your heart sing. So Sierra, one of our neuro leading members, when you're ready, go ahead and gently unmute your microphone and we will pass it over to you. And thank you so much for joining.
Hey, thank you so much. And it's Brendan, right? It wouldn't be, I don't know why I don't know it's Brendan because like Brandon is something, but it's Brendan, right?
It's Brendan, Brendon, or like Brendan,
Oh,
depending on how you pronounce it, either or. So yeah.
okay, okay. Brendan. Okay, yes. Thank you so much. I thought that was really beautiful to hear all that you just expressed. And I really just am sinking into this a little bit more as I'm facing like follow what actually makes my heart sing. And so that's coming up for me a lot today. So it's really cool that this is the topic. And I didn't even mean to jump on. Actually, it just kind of happened. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe like again, I'm meant to be here. So it was kind of wild how that happened. And this does make my heart sing, connecting with people, being a part of community is something really that I super enjoy. Like I was in theater when I was growing up, and that's also something that brings me joy and makes my heart sing. But more than anything is being authentic and really being myself in all moments and being in the now and allowing the magic of nature to happen at all times and like unconditional love to flow. And I realized how conditional, I guess, just recently, even earlier today, I was being with myself and like, um, due to like, maybe traumas or things like this, and thinking that I have to show up in a certain way in order to be love, I guess, and to experience love, and how silly that is to kind of like put some constraints on myself when maybe I want to, sounds funny, but like go have a drink or go do this or go do that. But I've said, "Well, that's not spiritual. I can't be a healer, if you will, if I do this, or I can't if I." I've just been playing such silly games with myself and feeling like, if I do that, then I'll be unsafe or whatever. And it makes sense why if you knew me. But but knowing that that's like really just me playing by an illusion of trauma and a lot of things. And so being able to like release that and say, hey, I can have fun in all moments and whatever does make my heart sing, I can actually follow that and trust myself has been really, really beautiful. So, like, what makes my heart sing is just like trusting and allowing myself to express what comes in the moment and being able to experience real loving heartfelt connections with other human beings um and then other spiritual beings as well, and to be able to have that full circle and that full expression and wholeness is what's really like making my heart sing right now in this moment. So it's really beautiful that I accidentally showed up. There's no accident, I don't think. And was able to like bring this to the surface because yeah, I've been trying to constrict myself and been trying to like fit into some sort of perfectionist kind of mold, and realizing that there's like something to say for that, I think, and there's something to say for this for me to like show up in that way for sure, and it's been good. But there's also like this like judgment and whatnot that has been in the way of allowing my heart to actually allow real love and real connections and real friends and a real community to show up. But obviously I feel like I'm ready for it, hence being here. So yeah, thank you so much for the stage. I see other people's hands up, so I'm gonna say goodbye for now. But my name is Sierra, and you said I think Serena before, but it doesn't matter. That used to happen to me in
Oh yeah,
choir. So
my apologies.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Serena though. No, wait,
You
what?
guys might
Which
be
one?
months.
Serena, right?
Oh, it's Sierra.
Sierra. Okay, I had Serena was what I had. There, I'll never get it wrong again. Thank you so much for correcting me, Sierra. So beautiful, Sierra.
No worries.
Anything else, or is that we're gonna pass it on when you're ready?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, just creating and whatever creates. And I really love music and singing, and those are my really big passions. But being there for others and just being a part of the process of this human experience and expanding in love. That's really all. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sierra, for joining in. And again, Sierra is one of our newer leading members here within the community. And yeah, we're here to again just be able to practice. And I like how the idea of like us talking about what makes our heart sing also in some ways makes our heart sing by being able to just kind of like be in that heart space, to be able to reflect on what the it's very meta what we do here within the circle. So Jennifer, I can see you raising your hand, and I was thinking about you even when I was talking earlier, thinking back to the again to the Ascended Sedona event, which happened just recently, and how that weekend in itself must just been like perpetual moments of heart singing and bringing together some of the conscious creators into a physical space. So Jennifer, we'll bring you up on stage. We'll just test your microphone real quick, and then we will pass it over to you. So Jennifer, just go ahead and say hello. Make sure your microphone's working.
Hello.
Hello, perfect, awesome, welcome. Jennifer, thank you for joining today's circle. And when you are ready, go ahead and share what makes your heart sing.
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is actually my first time sharing, so I hope you guys will be kind and gentle with me. I've been a leading member for over a year now, but have been working up the courage to do something like this. So, Brendan, I appreciate the opportunity. Um, One of the things that I think the biggest thing that makes my heart sing, and I've always known this to a certain extent, is I would say giving. Um, Giving to others brings me joy and bliss. To see the smile on someone's face that I care about, that that's really, I mean, unless I had to eat, I think that would be the only sustenance that I would need. Um, but I started applying a technique that I learned here recently through the community for shadow work to this question. And I asked myself, is it really giving the act of giving is that what makes your heart sing? And when I really looked at it, I had to say no, because I give plenty of things that don't bring me joy, like checks made out to the IRS for taxes that I owe, that I'm giving, but it doesn't bring me joy. So it's not really, maybe it's not the giving that makes my heart sing. It is it is if I am able to bring joy because of something that I personally did and contributed to that person feeling that emotion. That is what gives me a really um, uh, nice, warm, toasty feeling in the heart space. Um, and you're right, Brendan. The the Ascended weekend was just absolutely amazing. It was filled with moments that just you would think that your heart space was going to burst because it could not contain all of the love. And um, it was very cathartic. The energy that was in that house, that was in that city, the town, the mountains, the energy vortexes, was so intense, and it brought up lot of uh trauma responses, a lot of that were healed and worked through. um it sometimes it was actually, a little challenging to work through those energies and those emotions. But then at the end of it, oh, what a feeling of lightheartedness and relief and happiness and peace. Um, so I think I'm with you, Brendan, and um, in that there's not just one thing that makes my heart sing. There are multiple things that make the heart sing. And I'll just add one other little lesson that has amplified the joy that I get from quote unquote giving, or giving, bringing joy to others, um, from myself. And that is that it's unconditional. And Sierra touched on this a little bit in her talk too. I really resonated with this. Um, I was brought up and always taught that I was unworthy, and that love and joy and giving was a conditional thing. Only good girls received those things, and if you weren't good for any reason, they were taken away. So that's been um it, it- it's been a lot of hard shadow work for me this year to realize, oh my God, I do the same thing myself. And that realization was, ooh boy, that was a tough one. But since I've had that realization, and each time I catch myself, what happens is, I will try to get that feeling of bliss by giving someone something that I think will bring them joy. And if it doesn't bring the right amount of joy, or the right kind of joy that I think it should bring, then I can get my feelings hurt. And so to realize, Jennifer, that is conditional giving, and to expand that and shift that perspective to unconditional. It's like, Jennifer, remember why you're giving it. You're not giving it the only reason you're giving it is because you love and respect the person, and that's what you need to focus on. And that realization has made for the things that do make my heart sing, when I can do so unconditionally, it amplifies the energy even more. And for that, Brendan, I thank you in this community because I don't think I ever would have learned that lesson had it been for some of you guys' influence. So thank you, and I'll end it there.
Thank you, Jennifer, for so much. And again, I love just being able to listen to you, and absolutely, thank you so much for just stepping in. And yeah, we'll just kind of riff on here for a little bit longer, and I just want to be able to explore a little bit more of what makes my heart sing. And Sierra, if you want to be able to jump in at any point, just go ahead and blink your message. Anon, I can see you raising your hand. Please go ahead and send me a direct message if you'd like to be able to join in on air there as well. And again, for any of you in the YouTube chat, please go ahead and connect to the Discord, especially again if you've already been involved with the community for quite a while now. So with this conversation, you know, there's a lot of things, like we said, that really make my heart sing. And one of the things that I love to be able to imagine, and that's kind of a fun way to go about it, you know, it's not even just the idea of what makes your heart sing within this present moment, but also, you know, what things make your heart sing that perhaps have yet to happen. And within this is where I also like to be able to imagine the possibilities that this world has for us. And I think of, you know, like the visions of what a new earth could look like, and to really kind of go back to our conversations from last week, the conversations related to sovereignty, and what does sovereignty mean to us. And so for me, what makes my heart sing is seeing others living from a place of sovereignty, seeing others live in a way that is in alignment with earth, that is in alignment with serving the planet, with helping assist others, and with really being able to see them connect into the root of their power, to be able to see them live off the land, to be able to see them, again, you know, really just like living out in the natural ways and the rhythms of life, by being able to continue to just kind of like flow from one state to the next in a very carefree but not careless way, to really be able to see people living their highest joy and their highest excitement, and to see people, you know, again, just kind of like what makes my heart sing. It's like whatever the heck this like society is like turning into, like the exact opposite of that in some way or another. And you know, and I think it's important for us to be able to reflect on the question of what makes our heart sing, because I think, and again, in a lot of ways, I've talked about this before, the feelings that we receive through our heart are in many ways, you know, this idea that it's almost like the future rippling into this present moment. And when we allow ourselves to really reflect and meditate on what makes my heart sing, we're also allowing ourselves to connect into the visions that the future still has ahead of us, the future that we are here to create in a lot of ways. So when I think about what makes my heart sing, again, you know, like I'm imagining really being able to anchor in those realities, you know, realities where people are being able to live in harmony with the land, to be able to have access to clean water, to be able to feel safe, to feel supported, to see them dancing, to see them singing, to see them creating. You know, I think of the transformational festivals that I've been to, and the experiences of those, and the afterglow that I carry with me from that. And then again, to be able to cultivate that song and to literally carry it with me into the mainstream. And so for me, this question of what makes my heart sing, it's not even just so much this idea of like, oh, okay, you know, these are great things that make me happy, but it's also being able to acknowledge that the singing and the song in itself is, again, reflective of this idea of a vibration, of a frequency. So it's this idea of what makes your heart sing is also what frequency do you want to carry with you? What vibration do you want to be able to carry with you into the work that you're putting out into the world, into the ways that you're serving community as well? So there's a lot of things, like I said, that really make my heart sing. And I think the more that we meditate on that, the more that we're also really able to tap into the future, and to understand that what is making our heart sing is something that is in resonance with futures that are already before us. And as long as we're, again, kind of like perceiving it through that lens of an altruistic and compassionate and, again, a serving heart, it really creates this pathway before us where we understand that what makes our heart sing is actually, again, kind of like this path of bliss that will lead us further down the road of our destiny, and again, into creating a world where more people can experience what it's like to be able to sing their songs. And that's what we want. We want to be able to create a world where other people are singing their songs, are singing the uniqueness of their songs, and that just becomes this ripple effect that continues to inspire people. So Sierra, I'd love to be able to pass it over to you. Adrian, if you want to be able to raise your hand, CeeLo, if you want to be able to raise your hand, you guys are more than welcome to do that, and we can just keep bouncing things around. So, Sierra, if you would like to be able to jump in, please feel free to, if you're available, please feel free to unmute your microphone, and I'd be more than happy to be able to pass it over to you. So, Sierra, when you're ready, go ahead, and CeeLo will bring you up shortly after that. So, go ahead, Sierra.
Yeah, hey, thanks so much. I absolutely love what you're throwing down and what you're expressing when it comes to like what's to come because yeah, I've spent a lot of time there envisioning all of that and feeling into that because it is so exciting. And so like for you to bring that to the forefront and to really express that right now is like whoa, I'm feeling so excited. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, like I've already experienced a lot of it like unfolding as I've been experiencing like, back when the world was gonna end in 2012 and, all the things that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are aware of in this community and that it's not the end, it's just like a breaking down of the old for the new to happen. And like just knowing that we're seeing all of this because we really do long for true connection and we long for connection with the land and clean air and clean water and to yeah see people dancing and expressing and laughing like when we were kids and everything was carefree and not careless and like I mean in ways maybe as child we were careless and now we're adults but it's like I loved what you said there carefree. I had to run and go get my notebook so I could write it down but carefree not a careless way and that's exactly the case, and I think that us realizing that that's where we're heading is just so beautiful and permaculture and and that we can like regenerate the soil and regenerate the land and we can actually have creative solutions for the things that we're seeing in life right now and that is actually happening and clearly it is since we're in community right now even like and that it's being reflected back and other people are talking about it and we're talking about this is just like yeah, my heart is singing right now, like, wants to sing, wants to dance, wants to go, speak my truth and show up in my sovereignty and continue to do that. I did go see my grandma earlier today and I did have to like, show up for her in a certain way, but like being able to do that and show up in unconditional love and then still be able to stand in my truth and share my truth was so beautiful to know that I can do that and then to know just to keep watching everything unfurl in life as like I sink into my heart more and more is just so gorgeous that yeah it's undeniable I feel like that we all will be creating this is something that I've felt into for a long time that there's going to be land everywhere that there's going to be people everywhere doing this and it's already happening and people will be able to travel from place to place if they wish, or they'll have their own spaces and they create their own retreats and have people come and have like potluck style meals and let everybody be and choose what they want in those moments, and hold space for each other for whatever's in the ever now, ever unflowing now or whatever. It's so beautiful to know that we have this power and that we're not controlled. We don't have to be controlled. Um, and that we can have a structure and we can create a structure where all of this can be expressed, where our, you know, femininity or our emotions can be expressed, that our, anything that comes up can be moved through. It doesn't have to be suppressed, if you will, is all so, so beautiful. And that makes me very happy to know that we can allow for the human process to unfold. That's just also gorgeous to me that it makes me want to just, yeah, connect and sing and make bread and jam and, just watch the birds and sit back and, watch children laughing. And yeah, so beautiful. Thank you for bringing that to the forefront, the where we are going, because that is beyond, that's exactly what, I feel like we can focus on and visualize and continue to visualize because if not then maybe we're creating more of what we don't want control and everything so It's really beautiful to really feel into the fact that that is the reality that we are creating. And even if it's not happening right away or anything like that, it's like we get to experience all of those things continuously. So, so beautiful. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, Sierra, once again, and CeeLo, I can see your hand. I'll bring you on in just 2 seconds, and yeah, again, what makes my heart sing? Not just sovereign people, but sovereign community. Really being able to imagine and co-create what a new Earth can look like for each and every single one of us. And as much as that can be an idealistic thing, I think it can also be a target for our being able to understand the work that's still ahead. And that's something that we don't even have to wait for the future, because we can cultivate that energy right here and now. We can take the image and the imagination of what that feels like and feel it in our heart right now and express it right now. Begin to anchor in those frequencies through the expression of our heart song right now. So that's kind of the idea that where I've talked about this before. It's, and I'll just say this real quick, it's not just the idea of like what makes your heart sing, but it's also the idea of what is your heart song. So really inviting you to be able to reflect on the unique ways that you send your vibration out into the world. So the idea of a heart song, this is literally getting into the heart math. The Noetic Institute talks a lot about this, the electromagnetic field. This is not just a metaphor. This is a very literal thing. What is your heart song? What vibration are you putting out into this world? And we do that again through many different ways. CeeLo, I'm going to bring you on. We'll just do a quick test, be able to make sure that the audio is coming through. So go ahead when you are on stage and just say hello real quick, and welcome, CeeLo. Yep. Okay, perfect. All right, CeeLo, welcome to today's circle. And when you're ready, go ahead and share. What makes your heart sing?
Thank you for allowing me to be here. What makes my heart sing? Some things that come up are, we talked about community, so sharing experience, and I'll say sharing creativity. First of all, being able to be creative and to have that ability to, write something, to write a story, to paint something, to create some kind of music, to create some kind of content, something creative, is an amazing ability. And it makes my heart sing to be able to do that stuff. And it sings even more when we're able to share that with the world. And we're all so unique and so different, and it's just so amazing to get together with others and kind of share your differences, share your unique perspective, and whether a story, music. I love music a lot, and so all that stuff makes my heart sing, and that's all I got for you.
Thank you, CeeLo, for joining in. And again, I one of the things that makes my heart sing is really being able to see other people share their gifts, and for them to be able to see them just kind of naturally sharing their talents and their abilities. And CeeLo, I immediately think of, again, the work that you do, being able to put in to your variety of crafts, not just your meditations, but again, even like seeing like the recent videos that you made, the artistic videos, the kind of the mini series that you were creating there, just seeing people really being able to step into this world to be able to say, like, I'm going to create some art. I'm going to create something that's from my heart. That for me really makes my heart sing, because again, it creates a ripple effect. And I think a lot of us right now, we've you look at the world, and society has kind of conditioned a lot of people to turn the volume down on their heart song. That's a very kind of like sad thing to kind of think about, if you just kind of like reflect on that, where it's like, man, like there's so many people who's like, they have something inside of us, but it's like, it's just been turned down. But that doesn't mean it's not there. So how can we as individuals, turn up the volume on our heart song, and thus in turn, other people are like, hey, like, like they're singing, they're being goofy, they're being silly, they're expressing themselves, they're doing something that is really meaningful and something that they're passionate about, and then in turn, it gives them a little bit more confidence and ability to be able to say, like, you know what, I'm going to do this too. And I think, again, what makes my heart sing is really being able to align my actions with my passions. That for me really makes my heart sing. And you think of circumstances where there's many circumstances within our life where we maybe doing things where we're kind of working a job that we don't really want to do, and those circumstances, you know, we may look at it and be like, yeah, it doesn't really make my heart song. It's more of a means to an end. And there are going to be moments like that where, you know, we have to be able to endure the circumstances and the scenarios that we find ourselves in, where we may be in circumstances where we're just like, yeah, this isn't really making me, you know, this isn't really getting me too jazzed up. This isn't really getting me too excited. But it's important, again, to be able to see the yin within the yang. And sometimes, you know, we have to experience what it is that we don't want in order to be able to learn what it is that we do want. We have to, you know, spend 3 years attending a school course and going to college for like becoming a doctor. And then, you know, by the end of the 3rd year, you're like, yeah, you know what, actually, this isn't what makes my heart sing. And I think, you know, some of the things that, you know, kind of make my heart a little bit sad is when you see people who, you know, again, are in circumstances sometimes even beyond their own, where they don't have the network and the support and the emotional, this, like, I don't know what the word is, the like, where they just find themselves just kind of like settling, and they just find themselves just kind of being like, well, I guess this is life, and they just kind of like settle, and that's not to say that, you know, like, oh, their life doesn't have any joy or anything like that, because I think even in those moments, there may be people who may be in less than ideal circumstances, or find themselves later on in a story in their life where they didn't really fulfill the purpose inside of them, and they didn't really get to be able to live a life of enacting their passions. However, being able to tap into the things that make your heart sing is literally something that can happen in a single moment. And I think for the people whose lives may have a little bit less of that song, those are the ones who we want to be able to send even more love. Those are the ones who we want to be able to invite into this karaoke of awakening, so to speak. And I think, again, it's important for us to be able to acknowledge where there may be people in our life who, you know, again, their volume is turned down, and to be able to go out of our way. And that's where, again, you know, a lot of what we talk about here within this community, like simple acts of kindness. Never underestimate how much a conversation can mean to someone, how much a simple smile, how much a gentle hug can really, really mean to someone. Just to be able to call up an old friend and just be like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Hey, do you want to, you know, like reminisce over old times? And then you reach out to them and you just show that act of compassion, because, again, you know, I think people's hearts will naturally sing when they are able to be seen. And sometimes, you know, again, it's the vibration and the resonance of our heart that will allow the heart of another to be able to match that coherence. Much like how with a mother, when the child is born, if the child is born without maybe, you know, like a heartbeat right away, there are times where the mother would literally bring the child physically onto their skin and put them on their chest, and the heartbeat and the rhythm, the heart song of the mother, would literally like begin to co-regulate with the rhythm of the baby, and it actually like turn their heart back on. Like this is like this happens sometimes. It's crazy, right? So again, that's literally looking at like the scientific evidence of the magic of the electromagnetic field of the heart mind coherence. So again, as we get kind of closer to moving into the end of this broadcast, I really just want to be able to remind people of the power of their heart. That is your superpower. It really, really is. And the power of a single word, the power of kindness, the power of a moment. And you may be singing your song and your life may be awesome and you may putting out some amazing vibrations. And if you are, then again, use that from a place where you can allow it to be inspiring for you to be able to find joy in helping others. And it doesn't even have to be joy. Like it's literally just something that you feel called to do. You feel called to do it because, you know, in the process of being able to serve others, you're also serving yourself. You're serving the bigger you. You're serving the bigger collective Buddha hive mind that we all are. And I think, again, you know, the Buddha nature to see yourself in others really motivates us to be able to reflect on the ways that again, we are helping others experience the magic of this world that is the infinite song, that will thus in turn co-regulate their heart and activate it so it too can sing. So oftentimes people's hearts aren't necessarily singing because they haven't heard the song. So how can you introduce them to a little bit more of the magic of this world, show them a little bit more of the magic all around them, remind them and allow them to naturally, through that experience, open up their heart, and thus in turn over time the heart in itself will naturally begin to express its song. So yeah, again, it's interesting. This is stuff where, again, I'm just kind of like hearing myself talk about it as we're exploring it together as a team. But I love the metaphor of the heart song and what makes your heart sing. And again, I hope this is something where each of us, we can continue to reflect on that. And, you know, each and every single day, what have you done to make your heart sing today? What have you done to make your heart sing today? Or what have you done to help others make their heart sing? Reflect on that. Reflect on that. Reflect on that. The world needs more of this this heart song, this heart magic, this heart it's a very beautiful thing. So Jennifer, if you would like to be able to go next, please feel free to unmute your microphone. Again, just kind of going around the circle. And Sierra, if you want to go next, go ahead and blink your mic when you are ready. And Jennifer, we'll pass it over to you and we'll get closer wrapping it up shortly in the next little bit. So Jennifer, when you're ready, back to you.
Okay, thank you. I'll just leave with a, final thought, comment on the previous subject, on the future of where this is going. And we were talking about more communal living, sovereign living, that kind of thing. I don't know how much farther out in the future it is, because it's very synchronous that we have this discussion today. Because I've been, for the past 24, 48 hours, been on Zillow trying to find the biggest amount of acreage I can find, um, uh, that for if we sell our house, how many acres could we afford where? I've been trying to answer that question because I had a vision. All of a sudden it came to me that, what we need to do, we run an Airbnb, and we really enjoy talking about what makes your heart sing. That is one thing that makes both my husband and my heart sing. We both really enjoy hosting, it turns out. Who knew? We're both introverts, so but so the vision that all of a sudden occurred to me was of a communal, living, some longer term arrangements, in like have a little subdivision of tiny houses and cabins, and for those that are, wanting to stay on shorter time frames, have more tent camping and RV camping set up, and maybe a hostel on one end of the property, and then common buildings so that we can all get together and know each other, and support the community, the common good of the community, um, through through things of that nature. So, anyway, I know I've heard that expressed from a lot of people. I know from an ascended standpoint too. We've already gotten an offer to use someone's 180-acre campground uh, for one of the future events. So it's like, man, the future's here, dude. Thank you.
Thank you again, Jennifer. And again, I just want to take a moment here to just acknowledge the amount of work and the amount of devotion that you put into helping make some really, really beautiful experiences and moments happen for the community. So be on behalf of, everybody who's seen the work that you've been doing, thank you so much for helping make Ascended 2021 possible. And again, for those of you who weren't familiar, the Ascended 2021 event was like a physical gathering of many of the conscious creators, a good chunk of them who are, again, members here within our community as well. Go ahead, Jennifer. I know you just unmuted your microphone again. Do you want to jump in just with one more thing? Go for it.
And no, I'm sorry, that was an accident. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you as well. So beautiful. Yeah, again, there's a lot of things happening in this world that I think it's important for us to be able to focus on them, and that doesn't mean we have to, ignore the crazy stuff that's happening right now and more of the chaos. But again, I think when we allow ourselves to begin to cultivate this mind heart coherence within ourselves, and we take the time to be able to go into our heart space, to practice meditating, to practice clearing our mind, it allows us to bring more of our heart song out into the world with a stronger vibration, a stronger frequency that will be able to reach more people, and not even strong in a way that's like a sense of force, but even just like strong in a way that's like permanent, and just kind of like, again, just kind of, we did a tarot reading today where it's just the divine grace of devotion, and just something that will continue to kind of like weave its way into the fabrics of culture and society. So for each and every single one of us here, thank you as always for being a beacon for the vibrations that you are putting out, and sharing what makes your heart sing, because undeniably it is literally changing the frequency of the world around you, and helping others see the magic in the music within their hearts as well. So there's a lot of things that can make our heart sing, and I think each and every single day we should be becoming more aware of what those little things are as well as the big things. So, take time to be able to practice being present. What makes your heart sing can literally, like, this, I'll say this to you, and Sierra, if you want to jump in after this just for any closing thoughts, please go ahead. Try to make your heart sing in relation to even like the simplest of moments that perhaps you have done on the regular that you didn't even really think about. So imagine as if you're almost kind of coming into this world as like it's your first time experiencing this physical vessel, and imagine just doing the little things such as eating food. The next meal you have, just allow yourself to be very present with and be like, whoa, like this is so vibrant and tasteful, and I'm so grateful that there's food here on my table. This moment in itself makes my heart sing. Imagine even literally just like washing your hands under a tap, and literally just bringing that awareness into the way the water, the texture, the element feels as it rolls across your skin. That moment makes my heart sing. The next time you look out your window and you see the sun shining through the leaves, that moment can make your heart sing. The next time you allow yourself to just breathe in some beautiful fresh air, or again, any of these little moments, the next time you just kind of like, get the opportunity to be able to speak to someone that maybe you've spoken to on the regular, but you're really grateful that they're in your life. Allow yourself to, again, acknowledge that it's a choice. There is a choice to be able to cultivate a degree of awareness within the little moments. And when we do that, again, it really, what makes our heart sing is parallel to what it is that we are grateful for. And I think it really does go one and the same. So approach it from a practice of gratitude, but in the process of doing so, allow it to be something that we're really feeling through the heart space, and thus in turn, again, literally just amplifying more of the collective gratitude that we have for this journey that we are moving through together. And I invite you guys to really just be able to kind of like look for the little things in your life that maybe you've experienced on the regular, and just be like, oh, you know what, like this is actually this is a holy moment right here. This is really beautiful, and allow yourself to listen more to the song of your heart. So, Sierra, would you like to be able to jump in just with some closing thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up here for today? And if so, just go ahead and gently unmute your microphone, and then we'll be done in the next couple moments here. So, Sierra, if you would like to go next, feel free to do so. We'll just give it a moment here, and go right ahead, Sierra.
Cool. Oh my goodness. This has been so beautiful and so nourishing to hear that, all of this is happening. And I think I did see a little bit of the physical retreat, maybe if it was just recently online as well, like you could see it online. But I think that's just amazing that it's already happening. And like I was saying, and I'm really happy. Part of me wants to sing a little bit to you guys, and I don't know if that's okay. But I feel like it is, considering.
Please go right ahead. I think this is absolutely incredibly appropriate. So yeah, literally, please, by all means, go ahead and sing your heart song if you feel called.
Okay, okay. I have no idea what's to come, but I really am just very happy. I'm actually drawing a picture at the same time I drew a butterfly, so maybe I'll sing about my butterfly picture. Okay. The unfolding is happening, and our wings are ready for flight. The orbs of light are appearing, and we're grabbing each one and tasting each one. If our words are shaky and our heart song doesn't know where to go, we just are gonna surrender and trust our own flow, whether there be blue skies or gray skies. I already know we're gonna rise together each moment. This I know. In our own heart song and flow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that's all I got though.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Sierra. Thank you so much. And just real quick, I just want to be able to take one more moment here, just singing that moment right there and kind of tapping into that collective flow, that flowetry of the song, something I'm obviously a big supporter and fan of. How did that make you feel? Like how does it, when you sing your heart song, how does it make you feel? If you could even just practice describing that.
Makes me feel very alive and vulnerable and like kind of shaky, but like very human. And then like it makes me feel like I'm like connecting to all of you, of course, and just like I feel like I'm a part of it all, but I'm not either. Like I'm everything and I'm nothing. And it's really beautiful to kind of be in that space because I feel like that's where creation happens. It's like everything can seem dark, but we can be that spark, and just knowing that is like, whoa, what a power, I guess, that I feel like each of us have, and it's just really beautiful. So thank you for receiving it, you guys.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Sierra. And if you did want to add in just any additional closing thoughts, feel free to do that now, and then we'll just get wrapped up here in a moment. Is there anything else you just want to add in, and even just any gratitude before we close it off? Feel free to do so, Sierra.
Yeah, I'm grateful for this co-creation that's clearly happening. And so many years ago, I feel like I was drawing pictures of land with um, tents and having like tiny houses and having like, so just to hear that reflection and to have this space even be existing and having community already happening, and then like diversity in community and accepting that like nature already is, and that we're a part of nature, and that we're literally learning what that truly is and truly means, and figuring out what that niche is, and not from our minds but truly from our hearts, and letting that really flow. And yeah, it's a beautiful waking dream that we're a part of, and I'm so grateful to be here with all of you guys and to be alive and to learn to thrive, not just survive. Yeah, thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. And beautifully said there as well. And yeah, again, I think it's important to, as we get close to wrapping up this conversation here, to reflect, like not just the idea of what makes our heart sing, but what does it feel like when our heart is singing? Because I think, again, when we're in that moment where our heart is singing, like that's what it's like to be alive. Like that is life. Like those moments, and not to say that's just what life all is. Life is the valley, life is the yin and the yang, the highs and the lows. But as a soul, as a spirit, as an incarnated being, we come here to really be able to experience those moments where we're just like feel like very connected, very open-hearted, and as you said here, I like that, also very vulnerable as well at times. So Jessica, I can see you raising your hand. I'd love to just be able to bring you on here just as we get close to wrapping it up, and then we'll be done in a couple moments after that. So Jessica, we'll bring you up on stage and we'll just test your microphone real quick. So Jessica, just go ahead and say hello just to test your microphone.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, Jessica. And please, by all means, go ahead and share what makes your heart sing, and any gratitude as well if you would like to wrap things up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really just want to thank everybody who spoke today. You have no idea how much you are all appreciated. Um, I love seeing everybody's creations, and stepping back into making my own creations and everything, which I hadn't done in a long time, has really helped me. And you all have helped guide me along that path, and I just want to thank you all. But what makes my heart sing is acceptance, learning acceptance for myself, learning acceptance for others, and you all, accepting me as well. So combining, creativity with the acceptance in, you know, a group setting or however it may be has been huge for me. And I just can't thank you all enough for that. That's all I got. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica, as well. And yeah, it's really exciting just to even be able to, you know, literally having this conversation right now and knowing that people are listening to it in the future as well. Like that makes my heart sing. Knowing that what we're doing is again allowing other people to be able to just find something that they can connect to, and yeah, to be able to feel inspired by. So what makes our heart sing as individuals, as a collective? That's a question that I invite each of us to continue to explore, to continue to not only ask, but also to be able to continue to live. Each and every single day is another opportunity to be able to find something that maybe you didn't even know makes your heart sing. So I'm happy to be able to pass on that language, you know, to be able to carry with you, and in the days ahead just be like, whoa, okay, like how did I feel when I did that today? Like, oh, that made my heart sing. Or maybe I'm gonna find something new that will make my heart sing, something that I haven't done before, something that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone as well. So there's no limit to the moments and the opportunities that will make our heart sing, that will allow us to tap into those moments that we are 100% incredibly worthy of. And again, as you continue to cultivate those, allow them to fill your heart with love, and to cultivate a deeper connection to your personal song, and to continue to inspire you to bring more of that magic out into the world. So as you hum your song, may it continue to just give you the confidence to sing it even louder so that more and more people can hear it, so to speak. So thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of today's Paradigm Shift Circle. We'll wrap it up here. And again, just some closing notes. One thing I did want to be able to mention, we were talking a bit about sovereign societies and sovereign communities. For those of you who are interested, and there's a little side project that I'm working on in the moment, and it's basically a Telegram group currently that's going to evolve beyond that's focused on being able to bring together people who are passionate about being able to help create individual sovereign communities and just the concept of sovereign society. The link for that's in my profile link on Instagram and TikTok. So if you guys want to check that out, check the link there, or just send me a DM on Instagram as well. It's kind of growing just gradually, but there is some bigger visions there, and that's again kind of bringing a lot of what we're talking about here into the practical realms as well, of building these physical sovereign communities and connecting people. So just wanted to plug that. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and connect to that. And again, the link for that's in my Instagram or TikTok profile beacons. And yeah, with that said, be sure to check out more episodes of the Paradigm Shift Circle discussions. You can find those on Spotify at Paradigm Shift Radio, as well as on YouTube Skull Babylon. And we'll be live here again each Wednesday at 4 p.m. EDT with new topics to be able to explore. So if you'd like to be able to join in for future Paradigm Shift Circles, be sure to connect into our Discord server, and through there you'll be able to connect into all sorts of awesome other content and events hosted by myself and fellow conscious creators here within the community. If you feel inspired to be able to get involved further within the community, you are most welcome to be able to check out the Patreon, where you can learn more about joining as a leading member for the $11 a month contribution there, and give you access to additional support and exclusive events. And yeah, lots of awesome things still to come here within the future. And for any of the people who you heard on air today, you will also be able to find links for their Instagram in the info for this video on YouTube. So be sure to give them a follow and check out more of what they're doing there as well. And that's about it. And I wish you guys an amazing rest of your day, and keep looking for those moments that make your heart sing. And like I said, keep a thank you for singing your song, and keep singing that song. And just sending you guys from my heart song to yours, thank you so much for all you do to make this world a better place, simply by being nothing less than your authentic self. So with that said, we will wrap things up. And Jessica, I know you're the only one up on stage with me right now, but please feel free to join me and gently waving farewell. And until next time, to all the people tuned in today. So until next time, bye guys. We love you guys. Thank you for joining today's Paradigm Shift Circle. We love you guys. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye. All right. Talk to you guys later. Much love. Keep it shifty, and welcome to the future.